Hello everyone, I'm Cindy Cowan and welcome to our OMNICULTURALTVFEST pre-show. Today, we feature one of our selections, a talk show called The Hook, hosted by Douglas Santiago. He's a film and theater star who made his acting debut on Girl Fight with Michelle Rodriguez. Executive producers and co-creators are Nancy Santiago and Edgar Santiago, and they're both on our show today, as well as a surprise from actress Zulay Hanel. Now here's our host, Kiki Melendez.
Yeah, baby, Shay, I know you got it in you.
Shake what your mother gave you.
For this beautiful introduction, and welcome to one of our selections for OMNICULTURALTVFEST, The Hook. The Hook.
Yeah.
It's a talk show with star Douglas Santiago. You might remember him from Girl Fight and much, much more. Executive produced by the Santiago team. They're not even related, okay? They're all named Santiago, but they're not related. Except for Nancy and Edgar Santiago, who are a beautiful couple with two beautiful children, but they are also producers. They're also creators. So tell us about this show, guy. Who wants to go first?
Well, basically, I'll go first because that's what I get paid for.
Let's go.
So basically, we wanted to do a fully entertaining show, a show that is fully entertaining, that brings information to the community and to the nation. And, something like a cross between Ellen and Jimmy Fallon. We put these two people together and you get some cross in there somewhere. That's where I'm at. And, but we want to be clear that we want to have a lot of fun and we want to introduce new talent, established talent, talk to people about food, about music, about culture. The only thing that people haven't seen is me doing this. But other than that, there's
also no Latino late night talk show host. So that would be a really, really cool concept because we need representation. We need somebody out there that can also, expose all of the talent that we have out there. So how did you guys get involved, Nancy and Edgar? How did you get involved with The Hook?
A baby of mine that I had been cooking and brewing for a few years now. And it's inspired from all the work that I do with diversity and inclusion in the corporate sector.
Right.
So I realized, there's diversity, equity, and inclusion that's important across the board, everywhere.
Wow.
So then being a part of these projects with Edgar and Douglas, I met the most amazing talent, Douglas. And so we were like, hey, we've been talking about this talk show, my husband and I, and we were just kind of looking for the right synergy.
One of the things we also are very passionate about is representation and inclusion behind the camera, behind the scenes, because sure, it's absolutely great to get us out there to see us, but it's also very, very important that behind the scenes, that the writers, even the grips, the cinematographers, so that the whole team is on the same wavelength, and that's how ideas come about. But I think personally, I do believe also that behind the scenes is another lane that we sort of need to get through and get over and put ourselves in the front.
Where do you see this show? Do you see it in a cable network? Do you see it in one of the top 3 networks? Where do you see the home for this show?
I would love to see it on all the platforms, to be honest with you. I don't want to just stick to one. But it seems that right now, where things are changing, the streaming is definitely something because you have Netflix, you have Hulu. But the fact that there's so many different platforms to put these shows on, a kid could be on the subway or taking the 6 train downtown on his phone, looking at the show and having a good time. You could just be at home on a Friday night, watching it on your big screen TV.
Timing is key. Timing is so key for all of these things with, with corporate, with sponsors, with who's going to come in and what kind of platform, and the producers and our host and everything that sort of comes in to be able to make this take off. there's so much that that happens behind the scenes, which you're more familiar with than I am. But in the sense of what platform, I feel like it would live really beautifully in late night TV broadcast.
Awesome.
I thought the show should go right before the Oscars, right before the Oscars, right before the Grammys, right before the Golden Globes. That's when I see the show.
Now, Santiago, you were in Girl Fight, right? Which really was a huge hit, and it created, you know, the career. It actually boasted the career of Michelle Rodriguez, among others. What have you been up to ever since that big breakout role for you?
I got my bachelor in the arts, and I spent most of the time at school focusing on writing and directing. So it's just as repositioning myself to get back in industry, and that's why this show, The Hook, is so important to me. So I wanted to take this opportunity to celebrate myself and my personality, and then bring also some other incredible anchors in. You know, the idea is not just about me; it's about bringing in really intelligent people, talented people, great people, people that need all together. So.
Now, why did you call it The Hook?
Because it's off the hook.
Bam!
As we say in the Bronx.
So we're gonna hook you up with the info. We're gonna hook up with the merchandise. We're gonna hook you up with the music. And we're gonna hook you up with amazing people to listen to their stories.
And also, right, what is the hook? When you come to the show, what's the hook? What are you selling and why are you selling it, correct? That's another way too. That's another thing you could.
What's the hook? What's the angle? Why are you here? What do you have to say? What are you trying to exactly say? Where's the hook? What's up?
Oh, right. Well, what inspires you, Nancy and Edgar, to get involved with like the Latino production? You love to do Latino productions and do your own stories. Why do you think it's so important?
I mean, I'm probably going to show my age right now, but in '91, you had a filmmaker that came out of left field, Robert Rodriguez. I'm sure we all know who he is right now. And the thing that I really enjoy about his films is that he will always cast Latino actors, but it's never about being Latino. If it's an action movie, it's an action movie. If the guy happens to be Mexican, that's fine. It's not about planting the flag or talking, you know, I don't know, about abuelita or anything like that. We didn't have many. We didn't have too many people to sort of look up to. I think maybe all we had was Isa Morales and a couple of others. But for me, I've always felt that's very, very important to get our people in front of the camera as well as behind the camera, because we have so many stories. You know, it's not always about welfare. It's not always about, you know, the projects or anything like that. You know, we can be in outer space. We can be, you know, deep sea diving, action movies, time machine movies, anything like that.
Space.
There we go. There we go. So for me, that's the big thing for me, is to sort of see myself, and with my kids now, I want them to see themselves up on the screen as well.
Exactly. Like, I don't know if you know, but Robert Rodriguez actually gave his blood. Like, he used to donate blood.
Yes,
so
he donated his body to medical experiments for like 2 weeks back then, and that's how he made his movie.
Donate blood to finance.
Take it.
Literally gave his blood.
So if you could interview anyone, who would you interview? Like, if you could interview, like, give me some names of people besides Kiki Melendez, of course.
Zulay Henel, the actress.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember, we met her last year at the OMNICULTURALTV.
We met her.
We met her at the OMNICULTURALTV, and she was on a panel, and I was like, wow, she's gorgeous. She's so intelligent, and she works so well in that situation. That's who I would pick. Colombiana, soy Latina. So there you are right there too. Oh my God. Ew, no.
Wow.
Mira lo que hicieron ustedes. Oh my God.
They were just talking about how much they love you and how great you are and everything. And I was like texting you going, Zulay, please come surprise my filmmaker.
Wow, what a surprise.
So honored that I'm even that you guys are mentioning me a part of the conversation. Thank you, Douglas, Nancy, Edgar.
Yeah, they were at the Omni last year with one of their projects, and this year they have a show called The Hook, and it's like a talk show. As you know, Douglas Santiago was part of Girl Fight with Michelle Rodriguez. He was.
Yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, of course. I love that movie.
Thank you. It's a great project. I'm pretty proud of
And
it.
he has this idea, which was executive produced by Nancy and Edgar, in which they want to do like a late night talk show, like fun show. It's called The Hook. And I asked them, who would they love to interview? And they said, you.
Bring me on there. I want to do.
Oh, we will.
Check. That's a check. I thought it'd be wonderful to bring you on the show. I remember when I first met you, I had seen you, some of your films, but when I first met you, it was at the panel at the OMNICULTURALTVFEST last year. And I thought, besides being beautiful, I thought you spoke extremely well, very intelligent. You blended with the panel, all the information that you gave.
Thank you, Douglas.
Douglas, if you could ask her some questions for your show, what would it be?
I'll ask you one question because I know she went to the military. So what was it like to be a Latina as a soldier in the military? What was that experience like?
You know what? I'm going to be very honest with you on this panel because of all the recent stuff that's been going on with the military. There is a lot happening with the U.S. Army that right now I am trying to be an advocate for those situations like the Vanessa Guillen situation and all those things. However, I will say that for me, it's about one of the most essential organizations in the United States. So it's not about down talking them, but it's about reform that we need. Having said that, I think my time in the military for sure were one of the most formative years of my life. For me, it was very educational, but not just as far as the Army was concerned, but as far as like the big picture in life and how lucky I am and how to, you know, take advantage of the opportunities that I had while in the military, you know, being in this country, getting an education, doing all those things. So I don't think without the Army, I would have, and I say this all the time, and I really, I think that's been like the common thread all along is that I feel that the Army really pushed me to chase my dreams, and I wouldn't be acting and doing what I'm doing if it weren't for that experience. I really want to tell stories that other women that look like me, that are Latina, can see themselves in me, and that will be inspirational for other women who want to pursue a career in entertainment to do so. But secondly, I want to tell stories that make us think, that change our perspective on things, that make us cry, laugh, but in a very deep, visceral way. You know, not just like, oh, are working on something good. So
more power to you. Deserve it, and it'll come to
I
you.
think she looked like Sofia Vergara, like a younger version of Sofia Vergara. That's what I see her like. Right?
Oh, I love her so much. Thanks, guy. Thanks, Kiki. I don't think you're supposed to be saying that you're my friend.
We're all friends. We're all together here. Let me see what else. I mean, I like
yes, we're all friends.
Well, there's questions like, what's your favorite music? What's the favorite music you like to hear?
I love hip hop. I love salsa. I love Frank Sinatra. I love Hector Lavoe. So I'm a mix between like extremely Latin to the way other side of the spectrum. So I can listen to Coldplay, or I can throw on like Tito Rojas right now and be exactly the same happy.
Then the next question last year, since we met at the OMNICULTURALTVFEST, just want to know a little bit about your involvement in working behind the scenes with the organization and things like that.
Well, yes, that's actually a really beautiful question, because I have a great story of when Kiki kind of came up with this whole idea. It happened in my backyard. I don't think the idea was born in my backyard, but I think she elaborated on it in my backyard in front of a lot of people. So I was there kind of from the beginning of its conception, and to see where Kiki has brought it from that moment up until now is really impressive.
Nadine Velasquez and herself were the ones that did the press conference for OMNICULTURALTVFEST, and it was a huge success. We had we had such a beautiful night. So my involvement, as you know, obviously Kiki and I have been very close friends for a number of years, and I am a blue ribbon panelist. So I get to see a lot of the submissions before anybody else does and vote on them, like I did last year. I actually had a project in the festival last year, but mine wasn't up for for the panel, because it just didn't work that way, unfortunately. But I get to watch all the projects. We discuss them beforehand,
And I'm really impressed that I haven't seen some this year, but Kiki, I'm sure will fill me in. I'm very impressed with the production value and just the kind of projects that were being turned into something in the first year was really impressive.
This year's even, I mean, it's like 100% better than last year. It's insane.
I can tell from the pre-shows. I can tell from watching the weekly pre-shows.
And it's so diverse. You know, we have an Indian friends, you know, we have funny brown people, we have animation from Puerto Rico. We have so many great projects. I'm very excited. So, and we're gonna be doing it virtually. We have no choice, guys. We're gonna be doing it virtually December 3rd and 4th. You heard it here first. And
I know, unfortunately, but fortunately, I think the world is changing before us, and we just have to adapt and pivot, and life is going to come back in a bigger, better way. I really believe that. I really, really believe that.
And you have grown so much during this pandemic, right, Sulai? I mean, do you think that this has been a good time for you to like slow down from your busy life and just kind of like let it go and not be so stressed about the future? I mean,
I started this lifestyle brand for diverse women called Modern Muse. It's to really empower women of multiple backgrounds to become the best version of themselves. So I've been working on that. We've had a couple of events. I'm just kind of trying my very hardest to navigate this and stay in the best frame of mind possible, like keep my energy up, because it has been hard. Yeah. You know, I think for all of us.
So difficult to feel like, just to feel what we were feeling before life and feel around that. It's very hard.
Yeah. And especially people, I'm a people person, you know, we're people, and we like need to be around people and love and hug and kiss. So, but I feel like it has turned into a positive. We've all like looked inward, and we've all, you know, really pushed ourselves to not let it get to us and forge.
Well, we're glad you made it safe.
Well, listen, guys, I love you all for participating today, taking this beautiful day to be part of OMNICULTURALTVFEST virtual pre-show. We are going to be excited this year. Lots of great projects like The Hook. Congrats on being an official selection, and thank you so much.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you, even in December and after, both of you.
December virtually, but after. Let's not forget what that feels like in person. It's awesome.
And we got to tell everybody to fill out the census. Let's not forget that too.
And vote.
Oh, the census came yesterday. Fill out your census.
Fill out your census. Get out and vote. We need to make sure these
register to vote. Yes, I know. I was worried because I finally checked. I have to go to the post office to change my license because I moved, but I'm registered. I'm good.
Yeah, thank God.
Okay.
Don't forget, guys, register.
Depends on it. And subscribe to the OMNICULTURALTVFEST virtual pre-show channel right now and get your free tickets for our event. So make sure you subscribe, leave comments. We love you, and see you next Thursday at 4. Mwah! Love you guys.
Bye, guys. Un besito. Ciao.
Bless you. Bless all of you and health to your families. Thank you.
Un besito a todos. Ciao.
Gracias.
Omnicultural TV Fest is coming December 4th on Stream worldwide, an interactive and cutting-edge platform. More info coming soon.
At Omnicultural TV Fest, we believe that great content is and always will be diverse and inclusive.
I'm Doug Williams.
I'm Ada Lufla Williams.
Hi, I'm Corey Martin Craig.
My name is Diana Hernandez.
Hey, I'm Cindy Chu.
Hi, my name is Kate Rose Wilburn.
Hi, my name is Howard Green.
Hi, I'm Amanda Dash.
Hi, I'm Gordon Green.
And I was winner of the 2019 Omnicultural TV Fest.
My project, To Be Me, won Best Sizzle Reel at the 2019 Omniculture Festival.
I'm the winner of Best Scripted Comedy for my TV series, Queens.
I would like to thank Kiki and Sydney and the entire team for putting on an incredible, wonderful, amazing, much-needed festival.
I believe that Omni TV Fest is really onto something and are the epitome of what diversity should look like.
We are inclusion and diversity. She's Hispanic, Latino, and I'm Black.
We are here to show our talent, to show what we want to create and show the world.
Let's do this together.